Rat Stash, and it is Memorial Day 2022. We are at Mount Bethel Cemetery, and we're getting ready to see a ceremony here for Memorial Day. My father-in-law, Todd's dad, is a part of the Legion and part of the parade for today. He'll be carrying the American flag, and I'm going to show you the parade and bits and pieces of the cemetery. So I know we have viewers from all over the world and some from all over the country. I'd like to know in comments how you celebrated your Memorial Day, if you are in the United States. If you're outside the country, this is how we celebrate Memorial Day and do an homage and respect to those men and women that died while in active service. So hope you enjoy the ceremony and have a wonderful weekend. So all the ladies and gentlemen that are currently in the American Legion and Boy Scouts have started their walk up 611. This is a very busy road, extremely busy road, and they've blocked off the road in both directions, and they're going to be walking up, and you're going to be seeing my dad, my father-in-law, very soon. I'm very proud to show him walking in this. Here they come, walking. I know most of them. There's Liz there on the corner. There's Dad, right on the end. There's Dad right on the end. He has the American flag tie. And then this is the Boy Scouts troops that help out. And the fire department, which is stopping all traffic, which thank you guys so much for doing that. And this is the Girl Scouts. Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts are all going to celebrate into this program together. They have parts that they're going to read. In this town, a lot of the people in this town came out to celebrate here in the cemetery. And I just want to show how nice. Look at how full it all is. What a great celebration.
A wonderful day. And ahead of time, I'd just like to thank all the Boy Scouts and all the Girl Scouts that have come to support this important event. Not to mention our firemen, our first responders, and everyone else who's always there. But it's nice to see the youth. It's very nice to see the youth participating in something which later on I'm sure they'll be very much active in the same programs that we're doing. We're going to start our program given by the Reverend Michael Schultes. Michael Schultes is the pastor of Prince of Peace Church in Johnsonville. Reverend Schultes, if you would give us the invocation.
Let us pray. Eternal God, we give thanks for all those who have shown the greatest love by laying down their lives for others. We especially thank you for those in our military throughout history who have sacrificed their lives for their fellow citizens and for us who came after. As we remember their service, keep us mindful of all those for whom this day is a burden, and send your spirit of comfort to them. Be present with all the women and men who are serving in the military today. Let them live for the peace known only from you. Help us to be worthy of their legacy, and keep us mindful of their service, that in all things we may live our lives in praise and thanksgiving to you. Through Jesus Christ, our Savior and Lord. Amen.
Amen.
We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance with our new flag.
Proudly we stand at the twilight
hearts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red gleam, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the consecrate. We cannot hollow this ground. Our brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little know nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great tasks remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from earth. Abraham Lincoln, November 19th, 1863.
Thank you. Representing the Girl Scouts is Victoria Parks from Troop 8420, and she will be reading the poem In Flanders Fields.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly. Scarce heard aim the guns below, we are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we live in Flanders field. Take up our quarrel with our flow, to you from falling hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders field.
Thank you, Victoria. Our musician and sound engineer is Scott Pensack. He's going to play the song In Color.
It's an honor to be here, everyone. And this song, it's about the Great Depression and then World War II. But I dedicate it to every one of you who have served and who have had loved ones who have served, and to the memories of those who have paid the ultimate price. Said, Grandpa, what's that picture here? It's black and white and it ain't real clear. Is that you? He said, yeah, I was 11. Times were tough back in 35. That's me and Uncle Joe trying to survive a cotton farm in a Great Depression. And if it looks like we was scared to death, a couple of kids just trying to save each other, You should have seen it in color.
We have some comments from the mayor. Mayor Heather Fisher. Hi, Heather.
First, I would like to thank you all for inviting me here to speak today. It is truly a great honor. I would like to thank, from the bottom of my heart, our veterans, our active military, and those who have served to protect every freedom that we have, but never returned home to their families. They are why we wave our flags and walk this great country as free people, because we asked them to fight and they showed up. To fight in unimaginable conditions, to leave their families behind, to miss the births of their children, to be absent from the very moments of life that make it worth living, and to lose the rights to their bodies. So many men and women never made it home, and their families were left to pick up the pieces of shattered lives. Freedom is not free. I'm going to say that again, so that everyone remembers today that freedom is not free. Behind every right that we take for granted, people die so that we can live. So thank you. Thank you to those that made the ultimate sacrifice, and know many of us think of you often. We appreciate you, we cheer for you, we thank you and your families for fighting so hard when it came to our freedoms. And I pray to God, when the time comes, we make you proud by standing shoulder to shoulder with our neighbors to keep them. God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Heather. Marty Pinter, Chairman, Upper Mount Bethel Township, with some comments also. You have to adjust it, Marty. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. Thank you, I'm humbled and deeply honored to be here. This morning, I'd like to talk to all of you about the true meaning of Memorial Day. Memorial Day is unlike any other. Since 1868, we've come together in our communities, cities, and towns to place flowers and flags on the graves of those who have given their last full measure of devotion to our country. We have come here to remember and honor those who have done their duty and never asked for anything in return other than to be respected and remembered for doing their duty of protecting our freedom and our way of life. In doing so, over 1 million of these soldiers paid the ultimate sacrifice, their life, for our freedom. Memorial Day, which was originally called Decoration Day, is a day of remembrance for those soldiers who have died in service of the United States of America. It was called Decoration Day because family and friends of the fallen soldiers would come together and decorate the graves of these brave men with flowers and wreaths. Decoration Day then was renamed Memorial Day by President Richard Nixon in 1971, and it became a national day of remembrance, a day of national awareness and respect to honor all those Americans who have died defending this great country of ours. The meaning of memorial is in memory. With this in mind, we know the true meaning of Memorial Day. To honor and remember all those American soldiers who have died defending our freedom, our right to be free. It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us the freedom of press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who gave us the freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the politicians, that ensure us our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is the soldier who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, and those coffin who is draped by the flag. Let me cite a few facts. During the period between the Revolutionary War to the present, it was the Civil War that produced the most American fatalities. World War II was the first war in which there were more battle deaths than deaths from other causes such as accidents, disease, and infections. The total deaths of the American soldiers who served in major United States wars which include the Revolutionary War, Civil War, World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Gulf War, Iraq War, and Afghanistan War, is more than 1,345,600 soldiers lost their lives fighting for our freedom. To put that in the proper perception, in the 2021 Census Bureau estimated that the total population of the Lehigh Valley and the Slate Belt was 894,296 people. I want to talk a second about what you'll hear later on in the way of taps. There are currently 24 notes of taps when you hear it. You stand up straight, you do not talk, and at the end, you do not clap or cheer. All of the military bugle calls, none is so easily recognized or more emotional than the call of taps. The melody is both eloquent and haunting, and once you hear it, you will always remember how it sounds. On Memorial Day, taps is always played to honor the men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice, their life for our country, for our freedom. There are no official words to the music of taps, but here is one of the most popular verses. Day is gone, gone the sun. From the hills, from the lake, from the sky, all is well, safely rest, God is high. So on this Memorial Day, please take a few minutes of your busy day and reflect and remember all of those who died so all of us that can be free. Have a wonderful and meaningful Memorial Day. God bless America and God bless Upper Mount Bethel.
Thank you, everyone, for coming today. The weather is all in our favor. God is watching us and saying thank you. Today is a special day for all my brothers who are out here. And I want to say a special thank you to my next door neighbor, Mr. Bruno Dini, who is our player taps, and along with Bruce Fuller. They do a tremendous job. This year, when we have retirement of colors, which a date has to be set forward yet, I asked them to play taps when we retire the colors, and I think it is no more than appropriate to do so. I also want to say this beautiful flagpole in back of me and flag has been donated by the members of Post 216, American Legion, and it was well deserved. Well, again, I want to thank the Post. Thank you. We're here again, and I do have something to read, and it's about Old Glory. A little something that came to me called the Ragged Old Flag. And in my journeys across the USA when I was trucking, went into little towns along with the gentleman who wrote this. I walked through a county courthouse square On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "Nah, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your flagpole has leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat." And I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burns that night. Francis Scott Key sat watching it, writing, "Oh, say, can you see?" And it got a rip in New Orleans with Buckingham and Jackson begging at its seams. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from the Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low by the time it was through. She was in Korea and Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam. And now they're about quit waving her here back at home. In her own good hand, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, and refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and wearing thin. But she's in good shape for the shape she's in. Because she's been through the fire before. And I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, take her down every night. We don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up tight. On second thought, I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag. And I want you to know that the man who wrote this was Johnny Cash. And I want to thank everybody for coming today. It's been a blessing. I do this every year. I put flags out on the cemetery on all the graves of my brothers. My wife helps me, and this year she had a little experience. I want to tell you about this. I had one side of the cemetery, she had the other. All of a sudden she comes walking towards me and says, "We gotta go." And I said, "What's the matter?" She says, "I saw something move by that tombstone." And she says, "I gathered up enough nerve to go take a second look." Well, God bless the little one. It was a little Bambi on the other side of the tombstone. Okay, we encounter these things. God bless the little critter. But it was kind of a shake-up a little bit there, you know. So anyway, we do this, I said, every year. It's getting a little bit harder. I'm 83, and the walking ain't the greatest in these cemeteries. But I do want to add a comment here, which I'm very, very sad to say. How come they let the tombstones fall down? And why is there not perpetual care? I think it's going to come to the day when I go and replace a flag on a holder and there is no tombstone. Nothing, because it all deteriorated and fell down. Why? And it comes back to one word: money. Is what we're going to let this country fall into? Think about it. We have so much to lose, and we fight for freedom every day. If I could pick up a rifle and fight again, I would do so. But that ain't going to happen. I'm obsolete. But my brothers are still here, and I'm going to take care of them. I owe it to them. We owe it to them. So thank you, everyone, for listening to this old part. I intend to be around a long time yet. Ain't giving up. And that's how come everything is like it is, I guess. Thank you all. Thank you. Forgot one thing. See that? My memory's going along with everything else. I want to introduce you to our new commander, Mr. Jim McKenna. Okay? Now, I talked him into taking this job. And he said, well, I'm not so sure I want to do this. I says, no, I think you're the right guy. I think you're a wonderful guy. And I think you should be commander. But he said, I have trouble talking to the people. I said, that's small potatoes. Holy smokes, don't even go there. So he's going to take the flowers today and place them at the memorial behind me. The other flowers I took care of myself this morning and placed them at the Portland Memorial. Okay, Jim, if you would. When you're in Portland, and I'm sure he'll tell you what the name of the street is. Pennsylvania Avenue. Pennsylvania Avenue, there you go. Go there. He has the most wonderful monument in front of his house. The American flag. A wall like a U, like a horseshoe around it. And statues placed on the wall around the American flag, saluting the American flag. That's dedication. That's dedication. Go there. Look at it. Every branch of the military is there saluting the flag. A statue for each one. It's really something to see. He did it. I'm proud of it. Okay? And now, I want to introduce you the sounding of taps.